We generally like to bill ourselves as a Balkan klezmer gypsy party punk super band, which, you know, doesn't really explain all that much, but I think when people come and see our shows, they tend to go, yeah, that's about right. My relationship with music is really similar to my relationship with my Ukrainian identity. I started playing violin when I was 6 years old, and I came to a certain point when I was 12 years old that, you know, it wasn't cool to play violin. In addition to being a fat kid, I was also a geeky violin player, and I didn't want that to be a part of my life. I was, I guess, way too insecure at that point in my life to make a stand and say, no, I like this, I want to play it. And so I went instead into sports. 10 years later, when I moved to Ukraine, and I found a group of people who were playing and said, hey, I used to play violin, and they put it in my hands and just kept teaching me everything by ear. And it was never about you have to sound like this or you have to read this kind of music. It was just, we're sharing this while we're hanging out. This is something that we can do together. And I really loved that. Without me making a conscious decision, it just kind of started to take over my life. I arrived in Kyiv at the end of January to work on a film score. And of course, curiosity got the best of me, and I decided to go and check out what the revolution was actually, what this protest was all about. I was completely shocked. It was incredible how many people came together, and everybody was living and making it work in outdoor space in sub-zero temperatures. Because they just were fed up with corruption in their government. This tattoo is, of course, it's really meaningful to me because I got it in February, sort of right before the most violent outbursts on the square. It was tear gas and stun grenades and just total war. You know, there was a moment when Marczyk kind of looked at me and in the middle of that and said, do you know that you can die here at any moment? And I said, yeah, I know that. When you live through sort of an event that is a matter of life and death, you know very, very quickly whether that's somebody that you can spend the rest of your life with. That was something that I had to sort of wrap my head around because, you know, I went from not really thinking about kids and not really ever thinking that I would get married to meeting a person that I want to dedicate the rest of my life to sharing experiences with. That means sort of changing my conceptions of what family is. We all express our masculinity in different ways, but there's something that binds us together, and it's hard for me to put my finger on what that is. You know what? To be frank, I don't think that that's something that we need to define. That if we have a certain conception of what it means to be a man, that we're always ready to challenge that and accept whatever that challenge is. Questioning our own identities and what they mean in relation to one another is the extent to which we'll continue to develop and evolve as strong, confident, vulnerable, dynamic men.